Hi everyone, this is Carla. You all know me as Carla's001 on YouTube, and this is a quick tutorial on my favorite technique, or what I like to, my favorite thing to do when I'm crafting. And what I'm going to do is these UTEE flowers. You can pretty much dip whatever you like in them. Like you can see, they look a lot like, that has crackle what is it called? The crackle accents on here, but they kind of look alike. This is the glue and this is the UTEE. The UTEE is ultra thick embossing enamel, and it's made by Suze Weinberg, which is a Ranger product. So what I'm gonna do is, you can get any flower. I'm even gonna try dipping this for the first time to see how that works. You can do leaves. So all I'm gonna do is just go ahead and dip a flower inside the UTEE, and then you can kind of see for yourself. It's very easy. The first thing you need to do is make sure your UTEE is completely melted, and you can, a lot of people like using the flex beads. And I like leaving the stem for the same reason, so I can hold on to, so I don't burn my fingers. Otherwise, I would have to use something like this, or the gripper, so I don't burn myself. So, and it only takes maybe a minute for it to dry, but there's still excess UTEE dripping off. And what I do, so I can get in between the crevices, is I get the heat gun and I heat it upside down, so I can get all the UTEE in between the leaves, so you can see the definition in between all the leaves. And for me, I think the magic is in the heat gun, so you get all that. Otherwise, you get a big old glob of UTEE in between. It's dripping off. So now you can see the definition. And usually UTEE is completely clear when you first pour it, but I had some leftover UTEE, and usually the longer it sits in the heat, it turns a little bit darker. And then just the color from the dyes. This one was dyed with the Moonshadow Van Dyke Sepia. So you just kind of get some of the colors. I keep reusing it. Really, the color it doesn't change the color of your projects much. So I just keep reusing it, so there's no waste when it comes to this. Like, you can sit there and see this flower was dipped in UTEE, so it changed slightly. But this was the exact same flower, so you can do a really small flower. This was a rosebud. So this is already, I can grab it, and it's not hot anymore. It's warm, but it's not hot. Okay, so now I'm going to dip a leaf. And this looks really, really cool when you dip like those plastic leaves. You can get, like, I've gotten them at the 99-cent store, and you get like a little bush, and you take it apart. The plastic leaves look really, really neat. So I just have to let this dry a bit. See, it's almost dry. So it's really, really quick. And this is like a velvet cream of flower leaf. Sorry. And if you get, like, do you see how that has that there? Well, all you have to do, again, is get your heat gun. And there you go. Let's see, a little bit more. And there it goes. So whenever, like, whether you make a flower, or let's just say you want to dip something that cracks, all you have to do is reheat it, and then it goes back to the same way it did before it had cracked. The UTEE kind of cracks in between. So you can pretty much do it with anything you like. Now, I am going to try doing another flower. What you can do is, you can either mix your UTEE and your glitter together, And then without using, I mean, you can do your melting pot, but if you don't have a melting pot, what you can do is add distressed embossing ink onto a flower. It would be pretty hard to do it onto this unless you poured the re-inker on here. But let's just say you had a flat flower. You can sit there and do the same thing. Just use your embossing ink, like kind of dab it on the flower, and then you pour your UTEE on it, heat it, keep doing it over and over, and you will get the same exact effect. So you do not need to have a melting pot. It just makes it easier. To me, the melting pot wastes a lot less, but it's definitely not needed. Now I'm gonna do this flower, but I am going to pour glitter afterwards because I don't want to have embossing powder in every single color. So I'm going to get this brown shade, and you can get these, they're called glitter sample packs, and you get 16 colors, and each has 2 grams. And you can get this for, I think it's like $2.99, $3.99 at Michael's, and I'm sure Joanne sells them too. I know I've heard tons of people sit there and say they find them at the 99-cent store. And when I pour the glitter on, I'm gonna pour it over a coffee filter because the glitter will not stick to a coffee filter. So that's a really good advice someone once showed me. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this ready because the UTEE will dry really quick. Okay, so it's ready. Now I'm gonna dip this flower, and again, this flower was also used Moon Shadows, and all these flowers are all by I Am Roses. This is the I Am Roses gardenia, the large one. This is the medium one, and this was a white cherry blossom I painted blue with Lindy Stamp Gang colors. And again, you don't have to get the back of it, especially if you're pouring, you know, if it's laying on a project and you can't see the back, there isn't a need for you to have to do the back. It could be wasteful. I just do, you know. And I am getting the extra UTEE falling off it. And I will be able to reuse the glitter. You are getting extra UTEE on there, but it's going to get hard and thicken up. So, let's give it a minute. It's still really wet. Let's see. Again, because I didn't get all the extra UTEE out of this, and that's why it's really, but you can also shape them while they're still warm. Not hot, while they're still warm. You can, if you have a flat flower, you can shape it however you like. Like right now, if I wanted to, at this point, I can shape this flower because it's not too hot, but it's still warm. So if I wanted to lift these, I could.
You're hitting 9 minutes.
Okay. There you go. Okay, so that's it. Again, I shared, this is for Artsy Addicts' first blog hop, and it's a technique blog hop, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all. Have a great day. Thanks, Marian. Bye.